just made a very conscious effort to be me throughout the whole thing.
Well, tell folks who may not know you. Certainly people in Dundas are going to know you, perhaps in Waterdown, West Hamilton, but talk to folks in Bimbrook and Upper Stony Creek and Ward 6 and Stony Creek. Who are you? What's your background? You've been elected, you've served on many boards, but tell folks about you.
About me? Okay. I was born and raised in Dundas. That's important to me. I stayed. That's really important to me. And people come back to Dundas and come to Dundas for the same reasons I stayed. And that's because I'm a homebody and really appreciate the small town feel of my community. However, I'm very much a part of this city and this world, and I see the value in the bigger city. And you know, I grew up in a small business. My parents owned an office supply store for 42 years, and so I was always part of the business community. I was raised to give back, and that was always important in our house. So it was just part of who I was. And so, you know, when I was about 12 years old, the new Dundas indoor pool was proposed, and you know, they had a walkathon 25 miles. Of course I walked it, and that kind of got me started, you know. And from then on, I would be involved in this, involved in that, and you know, I think that I'm just a person who, I love my life. I love where I live. I want to participate in it. I think I'm very socially conscious. It's important to me that other people are being able to help other people resolve issues is really important to me. And so I'm thrilled to death to have the confidence of people. I was on Dundas Town Council, fought valiantly to keep Dundas as a separate corporation. You know, we lost that fight. It doesn't mean we carry bitterness. We may carry some frustration that things aren't quite as easy or as simple as they used to be, but we're in it. We're in the city, so we're going to make the best of it. And my job now is to make sure that I take forward the things that are important to Dundas to the table at council, so they get heard in the mix, so that as we go forward as a city, those unique qualities are recognized and respected. And I think that's really about who I am.
You were involved since you were a kid, but there's always that moment in time, and I've done this with hockey players. There's this moment in time where, when did you realize you actually thought you had a chance at getting to where you have gotten? When was the moment? Was there a specific issue where a spark, something went off, a light bulb, whatever, something went off? You know what? I want to get involved in politics.
Oh,
do you remember an issue that may have triggered that desire, or?
I remember saying to Councillor Art Sampson when he was on Dundas Council, I remember saying to him, I don't know how you can sit in all those meetings. I don't know if I could ever do that. And so when I decided to run for council, which coincidentally was 20 years ago this year, the first time I ran for council, he came up behind me after I'd registered and said, Arlene, do you think you'll be able to sit in all those meetings? But I don't recall, I really don't recall a kind of an impetus. There was no big deal. You know, sometimes for people, there's some huge issue that they're involved with, they get hot, they really feel that they couldn't make a difference unless they got in there and they did it. No, for me I think it was a natural progression to a place where I could expand my ability to be part of the process of progress in Dundas. I think that's really what it was.
We have a bunch of communities in this greater Hamilton, and you touched upon it. And I know in his outgoing interview, Russ touched upon and used the word